G'day.
Hello. Hi. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to another stream. Oh my god. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Hello the box. Hello the fan. Hi. Why are you hydrating me first second you come in? Unbelievable. I just finished off my coffee. So I'm sufficiently hydrated, I would say. We're gonna be doing some more Oni, of course. So let us load in, because I didn't do that. And let's have a look at our base. Because I think we're still gonna struggle. Still gonna struggle surviving. We're not out of the power situation yet because we're not tapping the magma just yet. So we gotta get that under control. Alright, let me play it for a little bit. There we go. Okay. We've got 10 tons of coal. It's not enough. This has become active though. For 80 cycles with an average of 105. So it's got a decent eruption period. 264 seconds every 531 seconds. So calculated average is 105, which we have enough engines that will use that amount. We have a lot of carbon dioxide here because of all the coal generators, that's for sure. I should probably set up another carbon skimmer sieve loop over here, I would say. This area as well is going to get quite hot as well. But I think that's kind of okay. The next two hatches, which kind of like it to be a little warmish anyway, so. But you had a sip of coffee still? Nah, I downed that bad boy, and then I was like, I might need some water, because it's relatively hot, so I went and got some water. Oh. So yeah. Why is there liquid there? We should mop that up. So I want to finish off the automation type stuff with this hatch stuff. So up the top here, we do some automation things. And I think to get plastics, like we have this ethanol scenario where we could combine the ethanol with chlorine. But I think I will probably run out. Yeah, like I think I'll run out of snow to feed the bonbons. So I don't think I can, like, I don't think that's renewable because you can't like make snow, and the bonbons need snow for the fertilization, which is a bit weird. If they could use ice as well, that would maybe be fine because we have a lot of ice, but yeah, that's a little bit of an issue, I guess. I don't think we can do that, but keeping the spigots going is still good because they give us like tallow eventually, like when they like die and stuff like that, which tallow we can use over here for the gear balms, so the duplicates get like lubricated via that way. And then the lubrication station needs gear oil, vegetable oil, crude oil, or phyto oil. So vegetable oil we can get, I think we start doing some meal lice and we just turn our meal lice into vegetable oil, and meal lice will be good as well because we're going to be starting up some Draco farms, because I think that's the way that we're going to get some plastic. We're going to go Draco into, well, there's two things. So Draco can give us the reed fiber plus also the plastic, which we both need. So I got to figure out where I would like that. It's going to be the same size blueprint as this. So I could just do it down here. That would work out, I reckon. Yeah, we'll probably do that. This is probably way too cold for the plant anyway. Well, I mean, these are like trees that like thrive on cold. The temperature range is -75 to -15. For them to be like living, they need to be very, very cold. So I don't think it wouldn't really like care with the ice, you know. You know, technically feeding it snow, I would say that snow is a more, I guess it's just, snow is just like a less compact form of ice, you know. But yeah, need plastic for the power. Yeah, because we're gonna do a magma tap, probably like somewhere over here or whatever, and that's gonna use steam turbines, which need plastics. So we need plastics to get that, the steam turbines. So we're gonna make those. That's what we're up to. So we are gonna go and start that, I guess.
Good day.
We'll say welcome in, Marrow. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Alright, we're out of igneous rock too. It's a bit of a shame. So we'll do 2 platforms along here. And this will be where our Drecos will go. Chuck Ice at it. Never mind, Chuck Ice at it. Yeah, that would be good. Welcome into you. That would be good if you could do that, but it only takes snow for some unknown reason. A little bit weird, yeah. So they're already going, which means that now our coal is disabled, which is good. Nice. You're in liquid. Get out of the liquid. Because I think there's only 2 people who can dig through the abyssalite. Everyone else can dig through the other stuff. I should probably like prioritize these things. Actually, prioritize building the platforms out rather than digging. Let's wrangle that guy. Cool. Okay. Now I do have a bit of a blueprint that I am going to be following. I've made them before, so we're just going to do the same thing that I make. I don't know it off by heart, so I have to continuously check. Now these are actually insulated tiles, so we go with 8 here and then we do 8 here. Like that. And then that's like that. Those are insulated tiles. That go there. Like that. That becomes a pneumatic door and a pneumatic door here. Airflow tile. here. Dig that spot. Got a way to handle the heat. Magma sure ain't cold. Yeah, that's what you do. You do the magma tap thing with like an automatic door that sends. If it's cold enough, it closes the door. It transfers heat, and when it gets hot enough, it opens the door. And an open door is technically a vacuum, so it can't transfer heat. And then that heats up a steam room, so a room with like water that turns into steam and just repeats the cycle. When it cools down, goes to water, heats up, goes to steam, and then that's what all of the steam turbines power off of. Hello, Loki. Welcome in. I made it before on the previous map we did. The big one, the big map. So these go here. I gotta figure out. Probably have this go down like that. And then this is like that. We do a critter drop off here. We get another one of these. Goes actually 6 wide. I think it goes there. 1, 2, 3. No, it goes here. I believe. 6 wide there, or 6, or is it 7? You end up fitting to, yeah, I think it's this mount. 6. And then this goes here. That goes there. And put that one down there. Get rid of those. Actually, I probably don't need to do that. I think I can just replace those tiles. We do airflow here. And then we do a farm tile. So we go into our food tab, farm tile here, like that. And then pneumatic doors, like so. We do another drop off, and then we get a station for a grooming station. There we go. So that's 100 tiles. Maybe it is 100 tiles minus 496. I might need to make it one smaller actually, because there's these 2 spaces that are open. This should be 9 tiles, that's correct. This here should be 14. Okay, so we actually need to move it across, or 1 to the left. To make it that a little bit easier, we can just do this actually. That's fine. That'll be a perfect size. Cool. We'll get all of them to build all of that. So these farm tiles will be millwood, and we'll set the millwood to be not auto-harvestable. And we're going to be putting in this location Drecos. We do need to make a bunch of airlocks, which we're going to use a bunch of the gunk that we have. I have to keep a note on how much gear balm we have. Let's see our blueprints. Ooh, we do have another lumplet. Where's our other one here? I'll spawn him. I want to do some of the... I should probably get rid of this airborne critter trap. Decrease that. I want to make a lumplet farm using the Avagro figs, but I need the Avagro fig vine fruit thing. The vine, which I think I can use the Printerceptor with by charging it up with some of the printer pods, and then you use some data banks. And the Printerceptor is something new that came in with a recent update, and it allows you to grab uses basically the printer pod chargers and data banks for printing any type of critter or seed. Hey Tammy. Good morning. I think everyone's sleeping. Yep. Downtime. Oh yeah, we did get our spawn up and running as well last time, which should be 100% hydrogen up here. I am not burning the excess currently, so I should probably set it so we have excess comes out and gets burnt. Because otherwise we're going to be continuously storing up more hydrogen. I think what I'll do is I'll just do another... I'll do another one of these attached to it. We need more copper. Okay. Let's grab some more copper. How do you get the data? You get them from, like, you get the data banks from the space research stuff. And also you can get them from interacting with different things. So if you inspect certain points of interest, they'll drop some data banks. And so that's how you get like a little bit of data banks to begin with. So then you can get your enough research to advance into the space stuff. So over here, set that to 0. Keep our seeds. Okay. Right. So now we can start dropping some orders and stuff. So we're going to do gunk, auto bottle. Get someone to send off a bottle over here. Okay, that's enough that we need. Cool. So we'll mop these parts up. Okay, 700 grams, 6.9, all right, we'll empty that one. That's 14 kilograms, 3,400, 6.9. So you need like little amounts basically. Alright, before we... because they're gonna continuously pick stuff up, I need to set this to be off. Otherwise they're gonna pick up all of the bottles and stuff, which isn't what we don't want. Empty that. That's perfect amount. Put that one over there. Okay, that's actually good. Okay, that one over there. Gunk, relocate that up there. Okay, this one we can empty. We can empty that. Grab that. Need a bottle emptier there actually. Okay, now we need little bits of water essentially. Each location has enough of the gunk on there. So now we need to place water on top of the gunk, and that will form our liquid locks. So I'm going to do a bit of tidy up with these things. And we also need to find some Drecos, which I think I've seen somewhere. Right, are they actually making this? They... ah, good. Okay. Got plenty of sweetles. We need... okay, here's some Drecos. And also technically the mealwood too, so we do need to pick up some mealwood to get some seeds. So we'll have that guy to get wrangled. And you mentioned cooling as well, like, I guess you were more so talking about cooling like the magma stuff. That's how the steam turbines kind of function. That will cool down the magma like over a long period of time technically with their heat functions. Clean all that up as well, actually. Okay, there we go. We got one Draco here. He will start our farm, but he's going to be able to exit. So before... we're going to need to get some water on these parts. So that's a good thing that we're mopping. Turn this off. That's our water dropper. So here we go. We can set this to sweep. And what we do here is sweep only and set to water. And then they drop it there, and you got water on the top one and you've got gunk on the bottom one. So that is our liquid lock. We do the same thing here. Water, sweep only. We get a little bit of water. 13 grams. Probably need a little bit more than that. Sure, we'll do that amount. Oh, there you go. They get exposed whenever they step there. Okay. We have 2 liquid locks. We can deconstruct that. Actually, I might put that one on that side. Same with this one. Sweep only. Water. Sweep. And these aren't growing as well because of the pressure. So we need to basically get rid of some of the carbon dioxide. Or have some more oxygen down here. Which... we have our oxygen here. I might take this on this side and then come down. And then we'll use that same path. And then we'll go across. Okay, that has completed. Turn that off. Deconstruct. Sweep to be water. Also put this one to sweep in water as well. Sweep that one. Deconstruct that. Sweep this one. We have another print pod. Okay, I don't want any of those, so we'll go over here and we'll intercept. So now it's at 2 out of 3 stored charges. We can grab that guy. I think we can probably turn over to stone hatches rather than regular hatches. So on here, instead of sage, we're going to go with stone hatches. Apply those. So stone hatches eat basically all the different types of stone. Sedimentary, igneous, obsidian, granite. So if we have a look, we have not much sedimentary. We have a lot of igneous. So we'll set these to igneous rock. And set them to regular hatches plus stone hatches. I think we want to pick them up, yeah. The ones we don't want to pick up are those. Okay, that's a waterlock there, cool. That's waterlocked. We'll go with a gas vent there and there. Now I should make a inline packet condenser with this. Crap, I can't remember how you make that though. I think it was with a gas shut off. I'm gonna think. Because these are like all very small packets, and I would like to just prefer to send off one big packet. We have a do a valve or a gas shutoff? Hold on, let me have a look. Inline packet compressor or something like that. Inline packet stacker is what I want to make. To make that, we use we use a gas shutoff. And we do use a bit of automation, so obviously it takes a bit of power, but the power is kind of negligible. We use a gas pipe element sensor. I think we can actually do this relatively early in the build. So I think if we put that one there, we've got a gas bridge here behind it. So then, actually no, because we've got that other insulated pipe, we've got this natural gas one coming down, we would need to make it a little bit further over. Actually no, we can do that. We can just have it so we bridge these ones over. It'll look a little messy, but this will work. So that'll go there like that. With a gas pipe element sensor. We need more copper. I thought they were making a bunch of copper. Waiting coolant. Okay. It's negative like 25 degrees. So we're just waiting. We did place a little bit more radiant pipes because I didn't want to get to super cold. I'm just waiting for that. Okay, these did place them down, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Cool. I guess I can make it out of lead. It's never gonna get to 300 degrees here. Yeah, maybe we can make these out of lead then. So that's gonna go there. Gas shut off. Now the distance, I think we have one out. And then that gets connected there. We also connect it to that one like that. But it's not connected there. And it's not connected there. No, it is connected there between those two. So I can go into this one. You can go into this bridge, the first bridge, or the second bridge, and it's moving over to there. So then this here we set to our carbon. And that needs power. And then we have this export. Oh. And it should build up into full packets via what happens essentially is we can now get rid of this. What essentially happens is the packets are building up in each segment. It'll continuously build up until it reaches this element sensor, and we just need to attach it with some wire. And then once this here detects that it's got the carbon dioxide, because it's only entering this bridge, this first bridge here, before it goes into the second one, because it can always enter this one. It's always going to prioritize entering the first one before it enters the second one. So it chooses this one, it ends up landing up here, it continues to build up into this tile, this tile, this tile. Once this bridge here is full, which is this, once this bridge here is full, this first one, then the gas goes into the second one, and that is where we have our element sensor. And as soon as the gas enters that second bridge, that's when it turns on. And then it turns on, the gas then goes through and it sends a bunch of packets. It should send 1, 2, 3, it should send 3 or 4. Yeah, it should send 3 full packets at least of gas. So it condenses all of the packets up. It's a little confusing, but it works like that. So I actually want this to be connected like that. And I want to do a bridge across like that. And then this one will go like that. There we go. And we're going to get oxygen coming down. Okay. Now, what's going on up here? We need some gas intake for these ones. Bridge that over. And this one I'm not going to connect into the battery for automation. I will just have it that any excess gets fed across and just runs it, essentially. Or should I have it connected? Maybe I do need it connected. I'll connect it to be safe. And if we need to change it, we can change it. That's fine. Okay. Cool. So now we've got oxygen coming down here. These mealwoods are now growing, but it's kind of hot down here. The mealwood temperature is 10 to 30, so this is like 27, 30 degrees down here. So we do need a cooling loop as well. So we could just use some of this stuff for it. I have a pumping, probably some polluted water through. We don't want to use mercury because mercury will form a solid very fast.
G'day!
We could actually use some ethanol for a very cold cooling solution. Thanks for all the streams this year so far. Much appreciated. No problem, Deathman. Appreciate you. I did notice that some of you guys have posted the recaps, and you guys spend too much time watching me, that's for sure. I appreciate it nonetheless, though. Oh, that's what we were using our copper for, because we were continuing and finishing this setup over here for those pipes. Hello, Jebby. Oh, Jebby, I did something for you. Wait, it doesn't work. Oh no. Okay, bye. Are you busy today? Good luck at work. Wait, why did that not work though? Stream comments. This is what happens when you don't test things, guys. Oh, it did work. There you go. It just took a bit. Yeah, peg standard time. What do you mean? That's what it is. It's peg standard time. So these guys are apparently crowded. Is it not 12? Is it not 12 for these guys? Is it less? Still the ideas of your bunchos, huh? No, you said you guys are watching me too much. Yeah, exactly. Also, it's very cold in my room now. I turned on the aircon for like a little bit. Maybe I need to go turn the aircon off now because the aircon works by like in the loop. It's literally like the room I am in is the first room in like the loop system, like. So it gets pretty much all the cold. The XY standard time, excuse me? Nah, Deafman brought that up. Yesterday. Oh, so you're excused, of course. I like how you're already spamming your facking, mate. Like, you're trying to get that to be number 1 already. Hello, Snicky. I had yours first. Fine, I'll change it. Unbelievable. This is why we can't have nice things. Ah, relocate that one there. JST is Japan Standard Time. Come on. Figured you'd know this. Keep it? Are you sure? Ooh, a Dreklet. But we already have some Dreklets. I kind of want this thing over here. Intercept charge. And that's fully charged. Choose blueprint. So what can you choose? You can choose seeds and you can choose eggs. That's cool. So we want to get the Avagro node seed. Seed of an Avagro node. Print. Boom. Oh, and that completed the stuff as well. Look at that, we have a hairdryer as a unique thing that came down. An ornament. We can go ahead and display that ornament on a pedestal, perhaps. Pedestal. Put it in here. Da, 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 da. Let's change this to water. Let's deconstruct that. This gunk needs to be emptied. There we go. Let's go ahead and make 20 of these. Now water here is getting a little low though. So we need to work on the plastic stuff. I want to do, now that we have that Avagro seed, I want to do a Lum Avagro setup. Which we'll probably do here maybe. Although actually we've got all of our critters along here. No, we'll do it over there. Also we need to grab like this, well, this polluted water up here is very cold. How the cool slush is -10. Cool salt slush is -10 as well. And I don't know if I want to grab that because that's quite hot. We have quite a hot gas coming through actually, so I do need to cool that down. Okay, we need to we need to get these guys to come up here and start pumping this. Need to figure out how you do the Escher waterfall. We have an ad break starting soon too. I remember it uses a bunch of manual airlocks. Can't remember the exact pattern. Is it like this? I think it might have been like that. And then that tile there and that tile there are two different gas types. And that would be a regular tile, so it gets trapped. Maybe? There's a different way we can do it. We can have it go underneath. So that it goes across like that, that. Yeah, there we go. And then we put the pumps into here. So then we will need power and plumbing. Stop that one there so we can build everything. And then we're gonna want to get some tiles. Like so. Gonna be a whole bunch of liquid that falls all the way down, but that might be kind of okay. And let's open that. So any liquid can just fall through that and pull down here. Oh yeah, these guys eat sucrose to pull ethanol as well. Okay, auto harvest disable. So copy setting there. Is that a melting animation? Which one? That was just weird stuff where I was, yeah, melting, and there was a gas pocket there, so it was kind of doing the weird waterfall like stuff. Liquids do interact a bit weird when they fall from high distances. he lives in Japan, hence the Japan Standard Time. Oh, I didn't realize. Now I could straight away desalinate from here into water, but technically I can't because this comes out at -10, so that's too cold. For water it would freeze straight away, so I need to go and take it over and like drag it through this stuff, or maybe even bring this stuff up. Maybe I can do that. On the ice, the waves running down. Ah, right. Yeah, I think that's that is, it's very close to being its liquid form, the little running animation. Because this is all polluted ice at -21, and it'll technically melt at -20.6, but the way that it works in the game is it needs to be like 1 to 2 degrees above the melting point for it to actually become liquid. Something like that. So it's just a sign that it's very close to becoming its liquid form. Hey Lazy, welcome in. So this will need some gases here. I'd like them to complete that first, and that as well. Hey Loppy, welcome in. Disable that. Oh, another blueprint. Grubfruit seed? Don't really want any of that, so we'll intercept this again. Because yeah, it used all the charges, so we need to, if we want to buy it, if we want to buy another seed or anything like that, we're going to need to charge it up a bunch more times. We have a very hot oxygen coming out of this, so yeah, I think if we just cool the water that we use, that'll probably be better. Yeah, complete all of that. Complete those as well. Alright, 16 tons of coal. Pipe is blocked. Why are they not running? Should be running. Does it really stop it if there's... we can test that, I guess. If we do this, then... And they are idle, but they are enabled. Yeah, why is this not running though? Disable automation. The carbon dioxide has been filling up, that's why. But did I place... No, that should be fine. I have it on the second one. You never understood how to succeed in this game. Maybe you'll learn by watching me. Ooh, maybe. Although I make a lot of mistakes. I don't think I'm the best person to learn from, that's for sure. I thought I've done this correctly. It's set to carbon dioxide, which is carbon dioxide, so it should detect it and then open this up. But it's disabled my automation. It's in the green signal if the gas is detected. Is that not connected? Oh, maybe this was not connected? It's a little hard to see specifically. Oh no, it's sent it off now. Oh. Now what's happening there? Maybe it backed up because there was a lot of oxygen? No, it's not backed up. I don't know how oxygen got into that pipe though. Oh, that's how. Oops. Okay. Okay, I think we have, this is actually backing up. So I need to have it so there's always enough hydrogen in reserve, and then I need to have it so any excess goes to the machine. So how do I do that? This one over here, I guess, just runs if there's any excess. I guess I could just have 2 reservoirs. Yeah, I might start just venting it rather than skimming it. because that's technically just using power. I need to get up here a little bit more. They have completed this part, okay. We can open that, and we can also dig that, and we're going to need some ventilation here. That goes there and there. Place one there and one there. And we need 2 different types of gases in these. We should probably actually analyze this now that I think about it. So we'll deconstruct that so you can get in. And I might place that there so it doesn't fill up with like the water and stuff consistently. So block that off. Good. Pretty sure manual airlocks work with this, but actually it might be easier to use air tiles, to be honest. Hey Natsu! So a tank with a smart connection. So all of the tanks do have some form of automation that you can use, yeah. So it's technically got this sort of stuff, so it sends a reg signal, low signal, etc. kind of thing. What I'll do is I'll just have it run constantly like that. Plants have died. Oh no. I guess it died because we don't have enough snow, so it's dying off. That's kind of annoying that there's no way to make snow. Obviously we could mine a bit more snow, but we've only got a limited amount of snow. Bonbon trees are really weird then. If you can't make any snow, how are you supposed to do an efficient, like, bonbon farm thing? Strange. Okay, now that's working. Should build up the gas and then it releases. Yeah, now it's working. There you go. So it releases some packets of gas out like that. Cool. Okay then. Right, let's see. So we want it to go in a loop around like that. Hopefully it cools down enough. Seems to come out $60, $50, $55. It might not be cool enough. What's easier? It's probably easier to heat up -10 to be 0 rather than cool down 60 down to 0. It's probably easier to do that, I would say. Let's do... to go this. And I reckon I'll just drop like water down here and we'll have a desalinator set up. Because all these guys have been constantly in like water and stuff, they've been getting very stressed out. Ooh. Free copper? Sure. Right. Someone's trapped. What happened? Oh my god, guys, like seriously. Get out of there, you're getting completely stressed out. Jeez. And now you're zapping everyone, for God's sake. Christ. Find the ice maker. Why would I need to find the ice maker? The ice maker turns water into snow or ice. Oh. Why does it not say this in here though? Snow. It's not in this tile in the database. Why does the database not contain important information? What the heck? Okay. Well, that's handy to know then. Oh my god, dude. Why do people do that? Like, stop going like on the like left side of a wall when I'm trying to like block it all in. Good lord.
Help, someone sold me a tunnel but there is no oxygen included. T-Weaker Smug.
Thank you, GB, for the 29. Someone told me a tunnel, but there is no oxygen included. Appreciate the resub, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Good morning. Kind of ish still. Just working, so lagging a bit. Have you been doing good? I'm doing very good. Hopefully work goes decently, half decently for you too, buddy. Appreciate the support. Okay, this has been analyzed. So this active period, 42.8 cycles every 60 cycles. Average output of 1.5 kilograms a second. Okay. So we do need a gas pump here so we can get different gases. We have oxygen and polluted oxygen. That should work. So I guess I should get a automatic actually no, hold on. I got a tool called mass move, so I can move basically all of these things. Rather rather than having to consistently like sweep all of them, I can just move everything out. And then we can then close this up. Okay, so this is going to be like very hot water stuff that we're going to use from this. And then we're going to desalinate. Oh, what do we have here? Uses steam as a buffer for desalination process of either salt water or ammonium water, releasing fresh water and concentrated brine in return. It uses steam. Oh, it needs ceramic or brick. Oh, maybe that's a better way. Basic desalinator that uses vapor compression evaporation to achieve the separation of clean usable water from the solution. It is currently mixed. 16k DTUs. It is 8k DTU. 480 watt, 120 watt. Let's see, what about steam? Liquid fueled steam boiler, carbon fueled steam boiler, wood fueled, boils water to steam, electric steam, 720 watt. It boils water to steam at 106. These other ones boil it to 200 degrees. Combustible gases. What is a combustible gas? Propane, natural gas, synthesis gas. Interesting. Rayon fiber from wood pulp. Constantly outputs steam while operational. We need brick or ceramic for these. Clay to brick. Ingredient 1, ingredient 2. Ceramic. Ingredient 1, ingredient 2. Let's do these. We do need some ceramic anyway at some point. Lamb chops. Yummy. We do love some lamb chops around here, eh? I need to connect this to the power. Right. Coal, 17 tons of coal. Okay, now we have ceramics. So let's go back to this desalinator thing. We have that there. Distills ethanol from a fermented mixture of sucrose and water. Requirements: sucrose and water, slime, expels polluted mud and ethanol. So what? Holy moly, that's big. Uses steam as a buffer. So you put in salt water, steam. Brine? Let me build one just to see how this thing is. Let's build it here. Oh, so here I'm going to be building the Lum farm with the Avara grow fruit stuff. Yeah, we need to work on that water scenario. Oh, we have a lot of polluted water. So gear bombs, we have 5 units, okay. All those other things. The steam. How much do they cost? 1,000 ceramic to build. I guess if we want to get some quick steam for the production of the desalination. Ammonia, water, brine. Steam, salt water, ammonia and water. Converts salt water, steam to water and a brine, or converts ammonium water, steam to water and ammonia. Okay. So we would want to do salt water and steam, and then outputting the water and the brine is what we would want to do. Although it's... Wait, it's salt water. What is this? This is brine already. Is brine technically kind of is salt water? But I think they're two different things in the game. Salt water, guys. Yes, like salt water is different. So maybe we can't use that because it just lists. We get a concentrated amount of brine back out. Oh, the water will be hot anyway. Produces water when in use. It will be at least 54 degrees C or hotter if the input materials are hotter. And the brine comes out at 74 C. So that comes out very hot. Okay, we don't want to use that then. We're going to use the regular desalinator. Then remove salt from brine or salt water, producing regular water. So this one we will use instead. And then what we have is we have the brine water going in after we heat it up to above 10 degrees essentially. Vaporize the brine. I don't think we can... Well, yeah, I guess that machine does vaporize the brine. By heating it up and then the brine turns into steam, and the salt is left over, essentially, like evaporates it. Also, don't look at me. Don't stare at me. Okay. So we will want... We do need to get this geyser to be Escher waterfalling first so we can start building up the slush. So once they build these tiles, I'll need to get rid of that tile and also have certain gases in there to complete the waterfall. What are they doing right now though? They should be working on that. Okay, good. Deconstruct. Deconstruct that. Good. Let's see. Will I need to adjust any gases? There's hydrogen here, there's oxygen there, and then I guess technically if oxygen is going to stay in that square, then it should be complete and I don't need to make any changes. So we just need to attach it to power and it should be fine to work. So we just run this through this water here. So this would come... Let's do a thermo liquid pipe thermosensor into a shut off liquid shut off. And we have it so it goes into this. It'll exit out if it is a certain temperature. If not, we will have it come back out around. And then we want it to prioritize this loop system and not constantly prioritizing this. So I think if we have a bridge here, it it should prioritize this line coming in. If there's water already on this line looping around, no more water, no more liquid should come down through this bridge pipe. I think that's how they work. So this should be, we want it to turn green if it's above 10C, sure. And then this will be outputting. This needs automation. So we have brine in, yeah, see, so it's looping, but so it's now is rising in temperature. So we're waiting for it to reach that 10 degrees set point, and then it should run into the desalinator. And then what we could also do is we could have a temperature sensor in here, because this is outputting regular water from this. Basically, if it gets to a temperature where it's cool enough, say 30 degrees or something, we could have it pipe out and join this line that will go back into here. So this should help to actually have it so instead of outputting, you know, 50 plus degree oxygen, we'll start outputting, you know, something like 20 degree oxygen. See, so now we have water coming out at 11 degrees compared to what we had water going in at 60. So that's much, much better. It won't have our base get flooded with heat, which, you know, 30 degrees over here. 31, 32 and stuff like that. So I don't really want any of those, so I'm going to intercept that with this. Okay. Alright, so hopefully that is kind of like water sorted a little bit. This is Ursha water falling, so this is infinite water storage system here. I actually didn't need this setup here, so that's cool. Hey, welcome in, TZ. We're getting our pipes out. Yeah, man, we're crossing the pipes, connecting the pipes. The pipes are exploding because they're freezing. Why not use some radiant pipe pieces to adjust the temperature faster? Yeah, I will do that now as well. And I will actually change these ones to be insulated as well. So I'll change those ones back to being insulated. And I will add in some radiant pipes here. Good call. Hey Shu, welcome in. Long time, yeah. I'll connect my pipe to your pipe any day. Hey yo. Are you enjoying the heat? Let me get my phone. I think it was kind of hot today. Yeah, we had 34 today. Tomorrow will be 36. Friday will be 31. So we're back up to 30s. It was kind of warm. You know, you're sitting in sub-zero. Damn. Too cold for me. We're gonna encase that in insulated tiling. And I will go ahead and build everything there. This insulated tile stuff we will have come across like that. And then I'll also put in this new door, the insulated door, into there. I think I should probably put this liquid vent a little lower. I think, because if I have it one lower, actually, it won't flood this area. So I probably should do that. So that is actually gonna go, that'll go like that. Liquid vent goes there. After I get rid of that ladder. Connect that up. Deconstruct that one. Gee, the whole crew's up here building. Holy. Okay, yeah, now I need to actually change this line to carry more power because it's at 3.56 kilowatts potential power. So I will need a lot more copper on this conductive wire. But if we have this line here, which is 2000, I think actually if I mid-20s, full sun, high UV. Oh yeah, I did hear that you got fucking sunburnt. Look after yourself. You take freezing over too hot any day. Your body does not know how to cool down, only heat up. That's not true. I'm sure you sweat. No? Okay, so we will connect it like over here. Everything here will be turned into the the conductive wire. We just need this thing to run. We're at 20 tons of coal. We still have quite a bit of that. So that's good. There's lots of carbon, so I think the next course of action will be to probably vent all of our carbon out. So we would need to run a pretty big pipe all the way up. I think I might just do okay, I need more materials from that. Probably do a liquid lock here then. Oh, actually we can do the mechanized airlock. This is a regolith, yeah, so meteor. So I don't know how far we need to go up until we actually reach vacuum. Maybe we need to keep going further up, or this here might be vacuum, I'm not too sure. Because there's abyssalite along this top row here, so I'm gonna assume that I need to go further up before I get to the vacuum. Welcome in, Akana. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, and a Vagro node seed, another one. I'm gonna get that. So we want to use these little big fellas. Look at him. Look how cute he is. We want to use these guys because they produce, they poop out peat. Whenever they eat food, they poop out peat, and we can use peat for more power as well as other resources like turning it into some ceramic or into refined carbon. So I think getting these lums with these Avagro node seeds, I think it should be good. Still on the grind. I returned back to this game. Yes, I have returned. It's a good game. You just can't stay away. I actually wanted to maybe pick up some Factorio, but yeah, we might play Factorio at some point, because Factorio is amazing. Okay, so these Vagro seed things, I gotta figure out how we grow them. The way they grow
G'day.
is the node is one single thing, and then they spread out tendrils like the vines, and it doesn't increase the water usage, which is good. So they just take 90 kilograms of water a cycle, which is nearly nothing because we've got several sources. You know, we've got 1.5 kilograms a second from this overall. We need to analyze that one. We've also got this cool slush geyser up here as well that we need to research. Hey Evan. Remember one dude spending 10 hours on the tutorial of that game? Told himself, yeah, you would never. I think on the tutorial in Factorio, it's kind of a thing where you can just keep continuing on the tutorial kind of thing. Like it doesn't say, hey, you've completed, or it might say, hey, you've completed, but it says that, and then it says, hey, do you want to like continue like playing or whatever, I think. I think that's kind of what it is. By the way, so this is coming out at 30, which is way better than it entering at 60. So that's good. But now the water here is at 40. So I need to do that function where if the water here is too hot, it pipes it out. I think. We'll leave it for a moment. Alright, let me see. So let's place Oh, do I have access to the farmhouses? I do. Fertilizer, we need to have a look at it. Specialized fertilizer. Fertilizer can turn into dirt. How do we make fertilizer? Chemical mixing units. Soil mixers. Fertilizer synthesizing. So maybe we do a fertilizer synthesizer to produce. That will also use some of our polluted water for that. So that goes there. I think part of this needs to change. I need to figure out how far this goes. Hey Lash. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. The build I'm following doesn't have the distances, like how wide these things are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it goes like that. Then it actually comes across. Cancel that one. And then we do a hydroponic farm tile. Like so. And then it's like this. Tile, yeah, ladders go here. This comes across down here. I think that's how it's laid out. That's how I can gather it anyway. And these need water, so what do you know? We have like some water right here. So we can just steal it over here, like that. So we plant the nodes. Lacks colony crop tending skill. Okay, so we go back to our skills. We also need to work on duplicant morale as well. This guy we can probably make into someone who can tend crops, perhaps. Which does probably mean that we want to get some crafted. Crop tending boost. What's our temperatures like here? Okay. 12 degrees, so that's good. So they should be crafting copper. It's got enough polluted water in it, so... it's just power at the moment, actually. Let's see, power, conductive wiring. So it's currently on a 1 point. It's on a 2500 node. Ah, yes, because of up there. Okay, let's do that. Connect to that. That'll make it work better. So we'll technically connect over there. That one will connect to that one when we need it. Okay. Robots have feelings? What do you mean? The bionic duplicates? Well, I mean, technically they're humans. They just got what do you call it? They got like they're bionic-ified, you know. They got robot appendages or whatever you would call it, you know. Half human, half robot. They're like RoboCop with them, but they're not badass. They complain a lot. So these things should grow, and they make fruits or something like that. But yeah, see, here we go. They spread their vine, and then the vines grow. But yeah, we need a crop tending skill, which we've made them. So now we can have a look at this. You are mechatronics and you were construction and stuff. I can give you a couple more booster slots though. Make you crop tending master. We should try to start making exosuits, to be honest. Considering we've got some Draco stuff, which we need to now also work on a little bit more. Speaking of that, this room here will be where we have our shearing stations, but we need to put oxygen in here. So what we have to do is we have to basically make it so that there's a vacuum in here before we put hydrogen in here. So the easiest way to make it a vacuum is basically to just build all the tiles in the room and then you delete the tiles. Now I always get confused. I think you have to place the top one before the bottom one and then you delete it. I think you delete the top one before the bottom one. Hold on, let me have a look at that. Liquid lock. Okay, so no, the top tile is built after, so you build the bottom tile first. I think everyone's resting, yep. Outside of a greenhouse. Oh, really? Did I do something wrong then? 96, it's 106 tiles. Ooh, did I make it too big? I might have made it too big. That's 96 tiles. No, it's 106, so if we cut it back along here. I think that should be better. I don't know if these will need to come across one because of their root growing stuff. What was it? It was feeling is why they crash out. Yeah, they were crashing out earlier, but their stress has gone down now, so that's okay. How are they going up here? Okay, they're slowly but surely making their way. Okay, so I do need to go all the way up. Does also mean we need an insulated pipe that goes all the way up. Go! Welcome in, champ. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I don't have enough materials for that. I'm gonna assume you're doing a Warframe. What was champ? No! You weren't. Soulframe. I was close. What is Soulframe? Sounds interesting. Appreciate it, buddy. Welcome in, guys. We're playing Oxygen Not Included. You might be thinking, damn, that looks complicated, and you'd kind of be half right. Bless the typo, Soulframe is the new game by Warframe devs. Oh, really? That's very original of them. Playing Warframe for a bit and then switched over to Soulframe. Is it like a game that's practically like the same as their other game kind of thing? Or is it actually like different? I would say it's a bit weird if it wasn't different. Oh, who is trapped? Oh my god, like, come on, what are these guys doing? Kind of like Elden Ring meets Assassin's Creed. Sounds interesting. Close to medieval fantasy and then futuristic. Okay. Intriguing. That's for sure. We can't reach that. Yet again. I think they're building in this. How are they going? Oh, they're getting there. Hell yeah. Nice. Deathman the Builder, also part digger, part-time digger. Crazy. Hope you enjoyed your time though. If you do need to head off and after stream care and stuff, please do so as well. Bye. Always forget to mention that. Do you need to take a break from the screen a bit? So Single player and online co-op. The part that intrigues you about it. Love your single player games, although it's limited access playtests still or founders only. Early access type stuff. Well, not even early access, it's like the pre-early access stuff. More plants are dying because of these bonbon things. They apparently need snow, but I don't know. Like, I think the spigots, they were cool, but they're a little harder to maintain than I originally thought. So okay, are we in the clear for running this out? We are. All right. We are now venting stuff out to space. So we're going to cut that off. And all of that is going to get vented out to space. Which now means that I have all this carbon dioxide in here. Tons of it. So we should probably vent that out as well. Let's get a gas pump. Way, I think. Right, this is a wire bridge. I need to make that into a conductive wire. Do that, do that, do that. Okay. I'm going to turn this over to being 2,000 kilowatts of power on this. So connect that with a conductive one. Then we're going to make sure that everything along here. We've stopped using that for now. We've stopped using that for now as well. That's all conductive. Conductive all along here. Okay, these need to be conductive. That doesn't need to be connected. That is for that pump. Okay. That can probably be just on this line, I think. Like so. Okay. So these are rotating around. So this water is kind of warm now. So I think what I will do is I'll do what I mentioned earlier, where if the water in here is like above 20 degrees, we'll pump it out and pump new hot water in. Essentially, I think, because otherwise at the moment, well, I'm not too sure, like 60-degree water, I guess, like equalizes, it probably is, it has seemed to equalize at around 30 odd degrees, but I think I would like it to be cooler. The oxygen has been still pumping out at 50 degrees. I think. So it's still kind of hot. So it is still heating up our base. Also, this is still outside of a greenhouse. Room overlay. 101 tiles. So 101 maximum size. What's that? Okay, I wonder if we... we maybe push them over one. Like this. Maybe that'll be correct. Room overlay, there we go, now it's a greenhouse. Okay. Oh, crap. Wait, let's get all of these guys. Do that. Get all of that stuff out. Clean it all up. And then we should do some lum farm stuff. So the nodes, they make the vines. The vines grow the fruits, and the lums eat the fruits. So we want to have it, I guess, nearby our lums. Just gotta check. How big? They're kind of big creatures, so how many do we fit? They take 16 cells each. 96 tiles is the biggest that you can have, so you can fit 8. Is that right? Or would it be less? Massive spiders. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Six tiles. It goes there like that. It was on your desk? Nice. Kind of reminds me, I did see one on the wall behind my PC. I kind of just ignored it. Saw it earlier today, so... One of only 2 dangerous spiders. 2. Okay. Let's go with a critter drop. And we want A feeder. And a groom. So that's 96, 96, cool. Considering how dangerous spiders can be down, I'm surprised you're just leaving it there. Yeah, I say to if we stopped shipping the redback over here. The redback's fine. You just don't get near it. Ooh, there we go. Harvest is ready. Pipsqueak. Mop up that. What is all that anyway? That's brine. Okay. See, so now we don't have any liquid because this is now dormant, but it's active soon. So that's okay. Yeah, so the lums and this node of agro nodes are from the prehistoric DLC. Okay. So for the rooms, wait, room size 92. Oh really? Oh yeah, because these need to go out one. Wait, so we can actually just do this. Like that. Alright. Grab those two lums. Scoop them up. And chuck them over there. There we go. Nice. That'll eat the figs. And I'll start pooping out some peat. Bug. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I should do some automation with this so we're not wasting power. We're gonna need a sensor. Well, we're gonna need an AND gate. So we're gonna do AND gate, we're gonna do an Atmos sensor, and we will do a gas element sensor. Connect that up. We will set this one to be carbon. And we'll do only if it's above 500. So that way the carbon here needs to be over here and it needs to be a certain amount of density. And then we'll only turn it on. So we're not wasting like power / getting out all this natural gas. Technically I should probably pick up the natural gas and pump it into the system. Could probably do another pump up here or something like that. And then we could probably do a pipe. Gas pipe thermo, gas pipe element sensor. Place that there. Do a shut off. Gas shut off. Disconnected there. And then we'll have it so if it detects natural gas, pump it over here. So gas. So this one will go over here and connect to that. But this one also, we need a AND gate. And we'll do atmo sensor, gas element sensor. Connect them up. Connect that one up. This one is going to be set to natural gas. Oh. What is going on here? Holy moly, why is my GPU... Wait. Alright, let me close these ones then, see what happens. Is that better? That looks pretty better. Pause jam. Are my frames fixed? There's no network frame dropped. Let me know if it's fixed a bit. I guess mine just need to wait a bit. I guess I could reload OBS if there's still issues. Let me reset my stats. Back? Question mark? I'm waiting. I'm waiting if I am back or not. It's still live, so. Ba 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 ba. I think the video is just stuck, even though it's like up to date. It looks like it. It looks like that is. Hold on, let me check my own live feed. Oh no. Is it fixed now? Pause jam. Supposedly 60 FPS now. Seems fine now? You sure?